Hey guys, welcome to 7th grade Take on Sports. Today is Saturday, May 9th, and I have a special guest joining me today, Brady Cole.
What's up, guys?
Okay, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Today we're going to be looking at the divisions in football, seeing how teams are going to play out, records, and how the divisions will vary. Which teams will be at the top, which teams will be at the bottom.
It's going to be a good year, I'm assuming. Hopefully.
Yep.
Not a lot of tanking teams, it seems like.
Yeah, it's like everybody's good.
Yeah. Okay, let's get started. On Thursday, September 10th, the first game of the year is going to be the Chiefs versus the Texans. Prime time on NBC.
That's a rematch of the playoffs, right?
Yes. Yes.
Texans blew the 24-0 lead.
Yep.
Should be an interesting game.
Yep, but the Texans lost DeAndre Hopkins. Or no, they traded him away for David Johnson. And not a first-round pick, which was...
So, let's start with the first division, the AFC North. The Ravens, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers.
Yep.
I think Ravens take this division. All the teams have good defenses, but Ravens, well-varied offense and defense.
Yes, and they just got Calais Campbell. I'm going to be one of those people. I'm going to say... Okay, get ready for this. I'm going to say the Pittsburgh Steelers win the division. Only because last year they almost made the playoffs with Ben Roethlisberger hurt, and basically their defense was winning games for them. So,
is Roethlisberger going to come back just as good, though? Or will they pick up some free agent like Cam?
That would be ideal for them. That way they could, when inevitably Roethlisberger gets hurt, you want to have a backup plan that's not named Mason Rudolph. So, I don't know what you're going to do if you're them, but yeah.
So, Ravens, I think, will go 10, 11, and 5, I think.
Actually, it's a 17-game season, so they'll probably go like 11 and 6 or.
Wait.
They changed it this year.
Games?
Yes, the new CBA was approved by the NFLPA.
So, Ravens' schedule. Let's look at this.
Okay.
So, their first game is against...
I'm assuming it's a divisional game.
Pull this up real quick. Yeah.
And I think the Ravens, they have an incredible defense too, and I think the more that defensive coordinators learn more about Lamar, the more he's going to have to rely on the passing game.
Yeah.
So, they're going to be very good, and it's going to be a close race between them. But you can't really say the Browns because you never know if the Browns are actually going to be decent.
If they're going to tank or if they're going to do good.
Yeah.
They have a good roster. They always have a good roster.
Yeah.
But
it's the coaching. You never know, yeah.
Yeah. They have a new head coach pretty much every year.
Yeah.
So you think the Steelers take this division?
Yep.
I think Ravens take it, even though I'm a Bengals fan.
Same. I was about to say Bengals. I was about to say the Cincinnati Bengals, but I don't have that much confidence.
It's one of the tougher divisions in football.
They're gonna be good though. I still think the Bengals are gonna be good. I think Burrow. If the Bengals do well, Burrow could be a Rookie of the Year candidate for sure.
Non-divisional games, I think they'll do good.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And second division is the AFC East.
Yes.
Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets.
I'm going to have to use a little bias here towards the Patriots, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, I'm assuming. But I'm going to say the New England Patriots with Jarrett Stidham and the defense, that was the number one defense last year. We did lose Kyle Van Noy, but we drafted some key defensive players in the draft. So I'm going to go with the New England Patriots going 10-6 or 10-7.
I don't know about Stid.
I don't either, but I'm hoping.
Dolphins have their new quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
Tua, whatever his last name.
Injury concerns though.
And Bills are on the rise.
Yeah.
got a good young quarterback.
Yeah.
Good just defense.
They got
core.
Stephon, too.
Yeah. Jets, I don't know.
No
It
one
seems
knows
like
with the
always
Jets because they're good
they
one
always
game.
maybe get 5 games a
Yeah,
year.
they're good one game and then they're garbage another game, and then you never know what Le'Veon Bell's gonna do. So
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. Patriots, usually they're a constant, but this year
you know they're gonna be
I don't
good
know.
because they have Belichick. You just don't know how many games
I'll
they're gonna
give them
win.
7 wins.
Yeah,
I think the Bills take this division.
that's a good assessment. If I wasn't a
Patriots
Patriots
get
fan,
second.
I'd probably say the Bills as well, but I'm a Patriots fan, so I'm gonna stick with
Patriots
that.
will take second. I think Dolphins will take third. Jets are gonna be last.
Yeah, that's yep. Okay, what do we got
On
next?
to the next
AFC West
AFC South.
or South? Never mind. We got
South.
Titans, Texans, Jaguars, and Colts.
Okay, this is one of the lower. Like all the teams are pretty good,
Yeah,
but it's not as high powered as most of the divisions.
it's not. They're all
This
like
could be
average or lower end of the spectrum.
I feel like Titans are on the rise, but I'm gonna have to pick the Colts.
I am actually going to pick the Titans for one man and one reason only. That is Derrick Henry. Even though he was franchise tagged, I mean, when they started to use him properly, he led the league in rushing.
There's 2 things that could happen with
steamrolled.
the Titans. They play Derrick Henry a lot, rush him a bunch. He gets tired, playoffs, they're out first round. Or they
Yes.
rest him during the regular season, risk their playoff appearance. If they get to the playoffs, they can take a few games.
Yeah,
Because with Derrick Henry full health, that's scary.
yeah. And, I mean, we don't know. Tannehill was good in his little stint there at the end, but they paid him a lot of money, but you don't know how good he's going to be.
Who's the Colts quarterback this year?
Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers.
And you have the best offensive line. It's close. I would have said and another reason is Philip Rivers.
A running back, a really good running back.
They do. They drafted Jonathan Taylor and they have Marlon Mack.
Oh, actually.
I know, dude. I now that I think about it, the more I'm actually gonna say Colts now.
Nelson out of Notre Dame.
Yeah. I mean, they have the best offensive line in the league by far, and Philip Rivers isn't.
Colts, Texans, and Titans will be at the top.
Yeah.
Those can vary. They'll be within 2 or 3 games. All of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Colts. Actually, I'm gonna change mine only because I just realized that Frank Reich, the head coach, was Philip Rivers' offensive coordinator for a few years in Los Angeles or San Diego. The
I feel like
Chargers.
they'll have good chemistry together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously, Jaguars, rebuilding team.
Yeah, I kind of think they're going to tank for Trevor, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
There's my one tanking team, because you're not going to roll with Gardner. Now, oh wait, they just signed Mike Glennon yesterday, so they're not getting Cam.
But Mike Glennon, I'd rather have Stid.
Same. Yeah.
Okay, AFC West.
Yes.
Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, and Chargers.
So I have a condition here. If Justin Herbert starts this year, which I don't think he will, if he starts this year, Chargers have the potential to get second to the Chiefs. But if he doesn't and Tyrod Taylor starts and he chooses to learn, I think the Chargers get last or third.
No, I think Chargers can take second place, even with Tyrod.
Yeah, because their defense is amazing. Yeah.
He brought the Bills to the playoffs.
Yeah, and he would have led the Browns to the playoffs, but he got hurt. So, yeah, I just think that you always think that the Raiders are going to be good because they have John Gruden and they got Josh Jacobs, but you don't know how that chemistry is with Derek Carr and John Gruden, so I'm going to put...
I feel like last year, they weren't a disappointment.
Yeah.
They actually, won more games than we thought.
Yeah. But my surprise team this year is going to be the Denver Broncos. Drew Lock he seems like their guy, and they had a good draft. They got Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler. So, I mean, Drew Lock's got to be excited. And then, so I think they're going to get second, and obviously the Chiefs are going to win. I don't know how many wins, but they're going to win that division.
Yeah, Chiefs will take this division. I think Chargers. I think they can get second.
Yeah.
Raiders third, and unlike you, I have the Broncos last in the division.
Yeah, well, that's... Hold up, give me a second. Yes, and so that's going to be the AFC West. So let's go down to now. I think we're at the NFC.
NFC, yes.
Okay, let's start with the NFC North because I have a surprise team in this division as well. So we have the Packers, Lions, Vikings, and Bears.
Okay. I feel like Bears. I think they're gonna tank
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Like that's my gut feeling. Because if they really wanted to do good, they would have signed Cam Newton.
Yeah,
Or
and
another
I mean
high
they
free agent
and
quarterback.
but they traded for Big Richard Nick Foles, so
Yeah, but
I don't think they're gonna win
I don't
this year.
know.
I think they're either I don't think they're gonna tank because they have Khalil Mack, but I think they're gonna
Yeah.
just not be good based on them
Yeah.
not being good. If that makes any sense. So,
Yeah.
but I think the Detroit Lions are gonna win the NFC North because they got the best corner and they got DeAndre Swift. So I think with a healthy Matthew Stafford, you basically just replace Darius Slay with Jeff Okuda. So you got a healthy Matthew Stafford, DeAndre Swift in the backfield, and then you have Danny Amendola, Marvin Jones, and you have any other and Kenny Galladay. So you got any other wide receivers you want to put in. Then your defense, I think they got rid of Ezekiel Ansah, but they drafted some replacements at defensive end. So I think they're going to be good next year.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I have them third place in this division.
Yeah.
Packers obviously are going to drop off. They're not going to get 13 wins again.
Because they drafted a quarterback. Even though they have Aaron Rodgers, they traded up to get a quarterback, which I don't
They
know.
won in a lot of close games to get 13 wins.
Yeah, I know. It was
that
not
happen
an easy.
every year.
It wasn't an easy 13 wins last year.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings will get second.
I think I have Vikings winning this division.
Yeah.
They're my surprise team.
Yeah.
I think I have them, even though they're normally a good team,
Yeah.
I have them winning a ton of games.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
getting
primetime
to-
Kirk is a real thing, and they've got an easier schedule than they did last year. So
Yeah, but even though he's not good in primetime games,
No, I'm saying he's good in primetime
games. They're
games.
supposed to win.
I'm saying he's good in primetime games.
Oh, Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, primetime Kirk. He proved it last year. Is what I'm saying. He wasn't good before. That's why primetime Kirk was his name. So
I
I'm
think
thinking he proved again last year that he had like 300 yards in one of the primetime games. So and they don't have as
but
many
that's
this
always
year.
been a blow throughout his career. He
Yeah.
doesn't perform well
Under
in games
pressure.
under pressure.
But they got rid of Stephon Diggs for so many draft picks, and they got Justin Jefferson. So and then you still have Adam Thielen and Kyle Rudolph. So that offense is good, and Dalvin Cook, who's one of the most underrated players in the league. So they're in a good spot.
Yep.
Okay, next division would be the NFC South with the newly acquired Tom Brady on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then you have the New Orleans Saints, who are still going strong. And then you have the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers.
This is one of the toughest divisions,
Yeah.
I think, in football history.
Yeah.
These teams are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They're better. These last two divisions, these
Yeah.
teams are full of good players.
And, I mean, people are, like, questioning, are saying that the Saints, and it's going to be a battle between Saints and Bucks. I think you can get the Panthers up there because, I mean, they got rid of Funchess, but then they got Robbie Anderson, who's also very underrated. And then they drafted only defensive players. And they got Yetur Gross-Matos out of Penn State. And then they got Derek Brown out of Auburn. So their team, defense-wise, they're stacked. And then they traded for Teddy Bridgewater. So their offense isn't going to be as slouchy. And then you have an MVP candidate running back, Christian McCaffrey. So I think they're going to get third. Bucks are going to get second. Saints are going to win the division barely, but and then the Falcons will get last. Even though
I gotta hop on the Tom Brady bandwagon.
Yep.
I think the Bucks take this division. They'll win Week 1 against the Saints. Even though all this crazy stuff, they won't be able to learn all the plays, all that. But this team is stacked front to back.
They are. Their defense went from 32nd to 5th last year, so they're really great. They're an amazing team.
Yeah.
They're definitely making the playoffs, and they have a very high chance of winning the Super Bowl. I just think that continuity is a big factor. So they have to know. You have to like be familiar with your teammates. And I get it. You can like Zoom and call and stuff, but Tom Brady's got to know his wide receivers. He's got to know
It's
his
not the same. Yeah.
tight ends and stuff. And I mean, Drew Brees still has Michael Thomas, who was the offensive player of the year last year. So I don't know. I can see it going either way.
I think second place in this division will easily get a wild card.
Yeah, because you're going to have double digits. Both teams are going to have double digit wins.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I have Bucks, Saints, Panthers, Falcons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Matt Rule has a good track record of taking bad teams and making them good because he went to Temple, took a 2-7 team, I think, or something like that. They had 2 wins, and he took them to 8 wins. And then they went to Baylor, took them from 5 wins to 9 wins. So I think he could take the Panthers, who were 5-11 last year, and at least bring them up to 7-9 or 7-10 or whatever, and make them better.
Yeah, I think that was a great sign by the organization.
Yeah.
Now moving on to the NFC West.
Yes, we have the 49ers. You have the Cardinals. You have the Seahawks, and you have. Why am I blanking? Help me out here. Why am I blanking?
And you have the Rams.
Oh my God! Well, no wonder I forgot about the Rams. They're literal hot garbage. They're so bad.
What?
The Rams they traded away all their good players. They got rid of Clay Matthews, Todd Gurley, Nicole Roby Coleman, or something like that. That's his name, something like that. And then they lost a bunch of money. And then Jared Goff's not exactly, in my opinion, he's not exactly like.
I think you can argue this division as the best division in football.
Definitely.
Over the NFC South.
Yes, because
if
you got
worst
Falcons.
Team's the Rams. I mean.
I don't know. I have the Rams going last. I have the Cardinals actually going second. And I have the Seahawks going third. And I have the 49ers again winning this. And the only reason I say the Cardinals over the Seahawks is because they got DeAndre Hopkins. And Kyler Murray was making teams struggle at the end of last year without DeAndre Hopkins. So you put in the best wide receiver in the game. I don't think you're going to get any worse.
I mean, Russell Wilson can get you 7 wins, but if you don't surround him with
by himself,
but
you have to have a solid defense, and they got rid of Jadeveon Clowney, so I don't know.
So I have 49ers, Cardinals, Rams, and Seahawks last in the division.
Ooh, wow.
Yes.
Yep. Well, that wraps up that division pretty quickly. Now we have one of my favorite to talk about right now, just purely on we don't know how good they're going to be or how good teams are going to be, is the NFC East. Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, and the Redskins.
Yeah, and this is a weird division every year.
Yeah.
All these teams can, battle each other in games.
They can be good or they can be atrocious. Last year was the worst division. This year could possibly be the best one. You never know.
Yeah.
So you go first.
I think Cowboys have gotten better with the draft and all
Definitely,
that.
Yeah.
And I think they will take this division a few games over the Eagles. Not by a big margin.
Yeah.
Redskins, I think, take last. New York takes second to last.
I'm going to make something very bold here. I'm going to say that the Cowboys get first. That's going to be obvious with CeeDee Lamb, Amari, Zeke, and Dak. And then I think that the Giants are going to get second, basically because the Eagles' whole team is injury-prone. And I think because last year, all their weapons basically were like Ertz, Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey, all their weapon, and then their running back,
quarterback
Jordan Howard was hurt. Carson Wentz, they were all hurt last year. So if they do that again, they're definitely gonna lose some games. So I think the Giants with Saquon, and if Daniel Jones, he wasn't bad. I just think with Manning, you didn't know how good he was gonna be. You didn't know who was gonna start. And now they have a new quarterback, Joe Judge, former Patriots special teams coordinator. And their defense definitely got better. You still have Vernon Olivier. You still have all these great players. And then they upgraded their offensive line with Andrew Thomas. So I think they're going to be a great team next year. And then Eagles third and Redskins fourth. I think the Redskins are going to have a good record, but still get fourth.
Yeah, Redskins, I feel like in the next few years will be trending up.
Yeah, because Ron Rivera's there. You got Dwayne Haskins isn't bad. I just think he was put in a bad spot last year.
Maybe Alex Smith comes back.
He's ready. I don't know if you start him, but he's ready. So they could do that if they wanted to.
Yeah. Or they put all faith in Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah. Or Kyle Allen. They traded for him. I don't know why you'd start him, but they traded for Kyle Allen. So
Kyle Allen's good.
I know. He's underrated. He was put in so many bad positions last year by the interim coach in Carolina. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this situation, yes.
NFC, just who's going to make the playoffs? There are 6 to 8 teams?
Yeah, some like 8 or 7 with the new CBA. There's more teams than there were last year. So I think it's like all 4 division.
I think there's 7.
So we have all 4 division winners. So your division winners were.
So my division winners are for the NFC North. We have the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
NFC East, Cowboys. NFC South, Tampa Bay.
Yes.
In NFC West, San Francisco.
Okay, now who are your...
Those are the 4 teams.
Who are your 4 wild cards, if you were to have them?
I don't think there's 4.
I know, but if you were to have a wild card from each division, who would they be?
From each division, my wild cards would be NFC North, Packers, definitely. I think they'll get one in real life.
Yeah.
NFC East, Giants, or Eagles. Eagles, probably.
Yeah.
Depends on injuries with them. You
Yeah.
never know. They were struck last year. Could they have 2 bad years in a row? We don't know.
Yeah.
And NFC South, definitely Saints.
Yeah.
Another one in real life, they could get it.
Yeah.
Or win the division.
Yes. So.
And then NFC West, probably the Cardinals.
Yep. Okay, so out of those 4 teams from each division, which 3? I think there's going to be 3 wild cards. So which team would you eliminate from the playoffs from those 4 teams you just mentioned?
I think it's between the Cardinals and the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think Saints and Green Bay, they'll get one.
Yeah.
And between Saints and Cardinals, whichever one wins, it might even depend on schedule. Who has the easier schedule?
Yeah.
We don't know. And I think the Eagles will take this. Their division's weaker. I think the Cardinals are a better team.
Mm-hmm.
But just the divisions, they're so much drastically different.
Yeah.
Eagles have an easy 2 wins against the Redskins.
Yeah.
I think that pushes them over the hump.
Mm-hmm. So for mine, I'm gonna have the Lions. I'm probably gonna be wrong about a lot of these, but I have the Lions. I have the Cowboys. I have the 49ers, and in the South, I have the Saints. So my wild cards would be Tampa Bay, obviously. Then I would have the Giants, if they can get enough wins, they would be there. Then the Cardinals, and those would be my 3 teams. I wouldn't have the Packers or Vikings in there.
Oh, surprising.
Yeah, I know. It was between the Giants and the Packers, but I'm gonna say it's the Giants. Just for coaching purposes, I think they have some better coaches. Now, other than Jason Garrett. Okay, who do you think is going to make the Super Bowl from the NFC?
The Super Bowl from the NFC. I gotta go with the Vikings.
That's a good pick. They were close.
Many people will think they may not even win their division.
Yeah.
But this is just a pick. Them and Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
If they get on opposite sides of the bracket, that'll be a good game in the championship.
Yeah.
Whether it's Saints, Tampa Bay, 49ers, it's going to be stacked.
I know. The NFC's incredible
last 2
year.
rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm going to have the Vikings. And if not,
I'm going to put out a bold claim here. It's going to be, for me right now, I'm thinking it's between the Lions for some reason and the Buccaneers. Simply because, you have Matt Patricia coming from Bill Belichick's system. And I just think that team was so was upgraded so much by the draft and this offseason that they were winning games last year that they shouldn't have because they had their third string quarterback in. So with a healthy Matthew Stafford, I think they're gonna do well. Don't think they're
I
making
thought I
it.
went bold picking the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it.
picked
I'm
Tampa Bay.
probably gonna have to say Buccaneers, but then again, it could be the Lions. You never know.
Okay, and Super Bowl from the AFC.
Probably for me, I'm just gonna go with bias once again. Patriots versus Buccaneers. Let's see it happen.
I'm going to go with another pick that may not happen, but from the same division, I'm going to pick the Bills.
That would be a great Super Bowl to watch, actually. Sean McDermott.
Bills, Vikings, two average teams last year.
Yeah,
I think they each
they
take
could
a
they
step
could
up.
they could make it this year. That's a good prediction, to be honest. But I'm just only going Patriots just because coaching wise, you got Bill Belichick. We drafted 2 tight ends simply because we already had to, so you can run a 2 tight end set offense, work the middle of the field. The running game is still strong. You have 4 good running backs, so you can. It'll be easier on Stidham, and you're not really sold on him being the quarterback. Then you got the running game to go on, and you got Bill Belichick, so I'm not really worried. And that defense was the number 1 defense in the league last year. So, and then we still have the defensive player of the year, Stephon Gilmore. So I'm not too worried. I'm confident.
I think Patriots aren't going to do good.
Yeah,
We have different opinions.
I'm really gonna be. People are gonna attack me for this because Patriots probably aren't gonna do well, but I'm hoping. I'm keeping hope. So if I was smart, I'd
Okay.
pick the Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl. Wouldn't that be awesome though? You know, Patriots Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. See how Tom.
It would
Brady...
be in Tampa.
Yeah, I know, but
first
think
team
about it
ever.
like Tom Brady and versus Bill
Yeah,
Belichick.
that'd be a good storyline.
That is like an because that would prove who it was. To be honest.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I don't think it's going to happen. That would be incredible.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you for listening to this edition of 7th Grade Take on Sports. I want to thank my special guest, Brady Cole. Any final words, Brady?
Just like to thank you guys for watching this video. Took a while.
Yep, okay. So I'll be back soon. Hopefully, Brady will be coming back on eventually. And